Welcome to Seoul International Motor Show. We're here just north of the South Korean capital. It's been a couple of years since the city hosted this event, and I guess a lot's changed in that time. One area of growth, of course, has been electric vehicles. And under this year's slogan of sustainable, connected mobility, that's a very fitting advancement. So we've seen a lot of the outer shells of these EVs, all different shapes and sizes, which is all nice and wonderful. But what about underneath? We haven't really had much of a glimpse. And then we spotted this. So one of the natural concerns that people would have is how do they charge up? How long is it going to take them to charge up? And really, we're some distance away from gas stations suddenly turning into EV charging stations where you'd go and it would just take a few minutes to be right where you need to be, like how it would be with gas, for example. But if we look over here, this is 7 kilowatts an hour charging capability. This is 3 kilowatts an hour capability. These are the sort of devices you could have even in your own home, but for a medium-sized EV, this would take about 10 hours to charge. Whereas one down, you'd lift this up, it'd be more like the conventional gas station look, but still an hour to fill up 100 kilowatts. So that's the sort of thing you'd find commercially available, maybe while you're parking, going to a superstore somewhere, shopping, and then coming back to a charged vehicle. This central aisle at Kintex is lined by electric vehicles. We are seeing global sales boom by 75% a year. There are already millions on the roads, but mostly around me here, curious minds checking out one booth after another. Let's go and hear from some of them.
전기차는 재생해서 계속 쓸 수 있는 에너지니까 살 의향이 있어요.
전기차 구매할 의향이 있고요. 친환경적이고 유지비도 적기 때문에 지금 생각 중에 있어요.
I like the shape of the Tesla and all the functionality, especially it's a fantastic electric car.
환경을 위해서라도 전기차를 살 의향이 있어요.
미세먼지도 많이 발생하고 그런 문제 때문이라도 이제 전기차나 수소차, 하이브리드 이런 방향으로 가야 되는 게 맞다고 생각합니다.
And the world probably needs many more of us to start thinking like that, especially from an environmental perspective. But we also need manufacturers to do their part. We need infrastructure to keep expanding, keep finding new sources of supply, keep those trade routes open to meet this rising demand. And no doubt in 2 years' time, we're going to see even more EVs with all sorts of capabilities on show.